juggling, the breakdancing, that's all cool and all, but we are people. That's like the main thing. We need to work together. For me, I think the biggest one was understanding why people cry. I didn't understand why my teammate was crying, like out of nowhere, right? And it made me frustrated. And then when I talked with you and Akko, it made me understand why I feel that way and what are the things that I can do to help them out. Other thing that taught me was that people, they don't care. And I'll explain it now. So basically, I had no idea what I was going to do for voluntary work at one moment because all the ideas had failed. So I just went asking people, hey, can we clean up some stuff? The more I asked, the more confidence I got because understand that I would basically never see them again. So there was like no shame. It was a really big confidence boost because later that day I was freely like I was saying to everybody, hey, good day, good morning. And even though they didn't answer, but I still was happy because I didn't really care. I just wanted to spread the good vibes.
You're a young, cool guy doing cool stuff, and then hearing like he goes to Marta Group. Why did you attend it, and why was it that useful?
Yeah, I know that sports and like all the cool stuff and learning, it doesn't maybe look like it goes well, but it's actually really important. I went to that course because the course was called How to Relationships in our language. And yeah, that name hooked me because it was about relationships. And I think if I understand people and relationships, it will make my life better, it will make their life better. And that is why I chose it because physics, juggling, the breakdancing, that's all cool and all, but we are people. That's like the main thing. We need to work together because if we think that we can understand everything all by ourselves, because all the things that we discover now, we use knowledge based on other people to help us. For example, scientists, when they build a rocket ship, do they work alone? No, they work together. They communicate. And I think that was the main reason for me to learn how to communicate people, not just to work together. It was also to understand people. Why are they mad at me? Why they, I don't know, annoy me? How to make healthy relationships. I think that was the main selling point for me.
What's a sign of a healthy relationship?
A healthy relationship, friendships, and romantic relationships, all of them, I think they have the independent side. I think that's one thing that not that good relationships, you can even call it toxic relationship, is that I need you. I can't live without you. That is so wrong. I think that you are you. You are an individual, and then you have friends, romantic partners. They just help you, bring you up, and they can also be like a checkpoint where you know lay out and tell everything what's wrong and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one big point, that you can be for yourself, but it's also good that you have others. Basic healthy relationship stuff. And I know for some people it's quite different, but just people listen to each other, respect each other, take care of each other, understand each other, what makes them happy, what doesn't. Recently, we were trying out workshops, and there was like 5 love languages. That's also a big part of understanding people. Maybe they don't like that they're being touched. Maybe they like acts of service as a love language. So you always offer them help. That I think just forms a healthy relationship.
Choosing your way of being as an adult means a lot of trying out stuff as a young person.
Mm-hmm.
And this means also failing. What's a good way of supporting young people in this quest and this exploring their roles and their identity?
That's meant from like a parent or what kind of perspective? Just helping out. I think I have a really good relationship with my parents. I love my parents. I've asked them like how they raised me, and they've raised me like I didn't have really that strict parents, but I had standards. For example, in Latvia in school, we have 1 to 10th grade grading system. Yeah. 10's the best, 1's the worst. Usually, like when I got a 6, it was like I needed to rewrite the test, so it would be like 7 above. So that was like a high standard. Yeah, about that, exploring part, I think it's natural for children and young people to want to explore, but there is the bad side to it that you don't want to explore that far. So, for example, drugs, cigarettes, alcohol.
So how to be with them in a way that you have them learn in a healthy way and also explore.
I don't know the answer to that question because I personally have never tried alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, anything like that, and I'm 17. Because when I was 7, that was back when Latvia had lati as currency. So, yeah, and when I was 7 years old, I bet my mom 100 lati, 7 years old, that I wouldn't smoke, drink till the age of 18. And I'm still on that deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a live bet.
Yeah.
And what do you see around you? Like, okay, it's a special case. You see people around.
I see people drinking, smoking.
So
Yeah.
what do you see that what works in this sense to help them stay on a healthy path, in spite of them wanting to try out stuff?
I really don't know. I really don't know how they could try it in a healthy way. I think it's just dependent on the person, because you can be like a strong person mentally. You could like give it a try. Hey, I'm gonna try that, but then you like stop. Okay, no, that's not good for me. I tried it. I like it. I don't like it. I should wait until the age. Yeah, because I've never had that problem that I crave it really. I just never tried it, and there's nothing else to crave. But I know a lot of people that are young, my age, even younger, that maybe they don't want to admit it, but they have an addiction. If you're telling me that you don't have addiction, but in school toilets you vape like almost every like break, come on. Like in school, I mean, I understand that you go to like a forest, something outside, but in school, that's just a whole nother level. In our school, it's a big problem because usually, like, when I want to go to the toilet, 5 people in there, like, oh no, he's safe, he's safe, he won't tell, and just keep going. It's crazy.
And what about when young people have hard times or challenging times? So any kind of difficulty where they don't see the way out.
If I would have a friend that's going through a tough time, I think it would be really important at what stage he is to understand, does he want my opinion, like my solutions, or he just wants to for me to, yeah, sad situation, just comfort him. I think that was really important to understand. I think I'd probably get into the conversation and then I just like ask it like, hey, do you want my opinion or you just want to comfort? But I think the most important thing is that friends, they can only do so much because usually friends are around the same age and they only have that much life experience. If I were going through a hard period, of course, I would ask my friends, but I have tried, yeah, I'm telling them about my situation, but they're just like, oh, okay, okay. And then they just get back to their stuff. So for me, the biggest backbone, yeah, where I can go and like ask for help is my parents.
If someone's a parent and the other family member, dog.
I think it's just that parent and children have good communication. It's really interesting that it's so much dependent on the kid, I think, because for the kid to decide, do I tell you the truth? Do I tell you how it really is? Or do I just like ignore the questions of, are you okay?
How can you help your kids feel safe and open up and what's a good communication also?
I think for my example, they set an environment where they are open and they talk about like, yeah, I remember when I was your age, I did like some crazy stuff and stuff like that. That is what I think made me feel like, oh, it is okay to open up because they have done almost the same thing. And yeah, it made me feel like they are also vulnerable, yeah, because they tell a secret. So I think it made me like feel like, okay, this is a good place to open up because there are people who also open up, become vulnerable. And I just know that strong family feeling that the family like always has my back. And that's, I think, that main thing. Friends, they come and go, but family stays forever.
And if you think about this, what would you say? What are the most important needs of young people?
I'll say that one thing is to feel safe, a safe environment. That is a one thing that I think it's really important. If I look at a class, the people same age, basically, boys, girls, whatever, different people. For me, I was through first and ninth grade. My class was not that good. But now when I look at my class, it's more connected and united. That's, I think, for me, that was the one big need that I needed, and I didn't know I needed it. I thought I could survive on my own in school, but now I just do better in school. I don't know how, but when I have people that are like nice to me and I'm nice to them and we're like united, we're all laughing together. We have this tradition like that when somebody has a birthday or name day, they bring sweets for everybody. Like that tradition was long gone in ninth grade. But now in 10th grade, some people still do it, and that makes me smile. And also a really good thing, like with all the boys, basically, we also do like handshakes and stuff when we like good morning. Yeah, we do a handshake.
What do you know about how this safe space is created, or what maintains it? This feeling of safety in your class.
I think the fact that most of our classmates are mature, that's what created the environment. Because we're not kids anymore. We chose to go to middle school.
Okay, what helped your class to have this safety?
I think a big role was part of the class teacher because she tried to involve everybody. There was a lot of group work. But yeah, that's a really good question. What makes a place safe, right? And I guess it's also a part of the people that we're just friendly and all. I'll just say an example. If there's like a group of 10 people, and let's say 9 of them smoke and one of them doesn't, it's kind of like almost a bit of pressure, right? But it just feels right to smoke with them as well, right? But at the same time, if is a group of 10 people, 9 of them don't smoke and one smokes, there he also has the pressure like they don't do it, maybe I should stop too. And so basically, when everybody tries to be friendly, you're kind of getting into that feeling like, hey, everybody's friendly here. Maybe I should become like more open and friendly. And that's what helped me because right now in the class, I'm good with everybody and everybody's good with me. But to give basically a guidebook on how to make a class safe, I don't really know. For me, it just happened naturally and I haven't really thought of it. I'm just happy that it's a good space. But I think we have a really good class teacher and she really helped us. She made a lot of jokes and she made us also work together in small groups. Oh, and a big part was excursions where the class went together. That was a really, really big one. That is where we I think it's because school, you can maybe like treat it as a work environment. We're all here to study, right? Break, we talk, but then we get into class. We also talk a bit, but mostly we study. And when you go to an excursion, but it's more free, right? You're born like in a natural habitat, like you're going out with friends or family, right? And that's what makes people open up, I think. And then it also creates this bond.
So if there was a miracle happening, things for young people improve very significantly. So like
Yeah.
there's the miracle for sure. How would you notice things have changed for the better?
Yeah, something happened. If it was during school, I would think I'd see probably a more united class because in our class there is a bit of bullying. I'd see that completely disappear. Then I'd probably see no fights in school and no smoking in school toilets. I think that would be a big deal.
What would you see instead?
I would walk into the hallway. I'd see people talking, laughing. When I go to the classroom, I'd see everybody being happy. There wouldn't be like any bullying. There would be like more compliments and stuff like that. Like same we did in the youth program. Yeah, like basically positive gossiping, but directly towards. We'd probably bring out each other's strong sides. I think that would be really big change. And then when there will be some school projects, a lot more like people would be working. Yeah, more engagement, eager to learn.
And what would change in relationship?
A closer relationship between brother and sister. Because I know some friends that don't have really that close of a relationship, and I think that's not good because brother sister that's kind of really really close for them. I think a lot of my friends are blaming about the teachers that they're rude, and I also see it myself. So I would assume that the teachers would be nicer. Interestingly enough, the teachers I know sometimes they lose their temper. like really, really lose their temper. For example, our teacher gave us homework, and then like half the class did it, half the class didn't do it. Then she basically just left for like 1 hour. So there were like 2 lessons, I think. Yeah, we woke up first. The lesson of the morning's like 8 a.m. So like, why did we came here? But I get her point. It was really wrong for everybody to not do the homework that was assigned. I get it. But at the same time, I think that is just wasting everybody's time.
So how would they do better? Managing their emotions better? How would you notice that?
If the teacher is angry, it's not about not showing emotions, not acknowledging the emotions, it's just not venting it out on the students. I think it would be a good idea for like teachers to have support groups, like, and they would like, yeah, I hate that. He just doesn't listen to me. And it's like, yeah. Because I remember when I was younger, we had teachers that would just lose control and they would just yell, and we would be like scared, but we'd laugh at the same time. But it wasn't that good. So I think venting it, and if they together could come up with solutions, that would be mwah. That's actually a good idea. I just came up with talking with you. Crazy.
This is done in the places where education is very, very good.
Really?
You know, if people work with young people, and especially if you work with young people with very special needs, you can't do it on your own. So you need your support group. And for exactly what you say, like, okay, helping you with listening and also helping you finding your solutions. Wow, you're just great. Okay, this will be a promotion for that. And I have a closing question
Yeah.
for this.
I surprised myself.
This was really good, and it's very interesting that you link to the. It's called the big volunteering project in Europe is called Solidarity Core. What is solidarity for you? What does it mean?
Well, solidarity, I think it means like united. I think that's what it means. And if I were to say like what would be my role into his life, for example, we maybe all have a common goal, but I think most people they want to be the best. Maybe some try harder, some try maybe less, but if you could, you would want to become the best. So I think I could help people become the best version of themselves that they can be, which in turn would make us all like more united because yeah, we want to be the best, we want to help everybody, and that's how the whole population could grow. I really like this quote that your whole team is as strong as the team's weakest point. So I think it's really important for the strong to help the weak become stronger. Because we're the whole population, we're like 7 billion people, even more, right? If, I don't know, 1,000 of them like become the best, and everybody's like, or below, what does that change? So I think it's really important to grow with the whole population. That's why I help my family and friends. That's what one person could do. For example, a group like that, like you and Marta, they could probably help schools or other like clinics, they grow. If a company is about support, they can reach a whole lot of people. That is how I would look at solidarity and how I can help other people is that to help them become the better version of themselves, to see the idea that we should all strive to be the best because then we can do the best things, I think. And yeah, and then they hopefully see the idea. It's like, wow, maybe he's right. Hey, did you hear about the idea? Come on, you can do it. And then it like motivates everybody. That would be, I mean, that would be perfect. But maybe, hopefully, that becomes reality someday. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.